Good.
All right. Well, Mr. Cuban, thanks for joining us out here today.
Nice to be here.
So, Akil, why don't you just start off with tell me a little bit about yourself, from St. Louis, but I like how you touched on growing up here and your dad was a member. Can you kind of touch on that a
Sure.
little bit? Yeah.
So, I was 12 years old. I was kind of a baseball player at the time. We ended up joining Meadowbrook Country Club. I ended up getting into the golf program, the junior golf program, which was great. Started, getting involved in golf tournaments and playing in junior tournaments and representing Meadowbrook at an early age, and fell in love with the game. So I've been a member here now 50 years, so it's been exciting to watch the growth of Meadowbrook Country Club, no doubt.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic. So you obviously have an emotional connection to the club. So this renovation process, take me behind the why of it. When did this process start, and what was the goal?
So 3 years ago, I was on a golf trip with our golf pro, and we started talking about a master plan. And we had Keith Foster come out in 1996 and redesign the golf course, but we didn't have a set of plans. And our goal was to have them come back out and do a set of plans for Meadowbrook Country Club. So they came out, the board approved it, and we did a new set of plans for the golf course. In doing so, we started talking to our great golf course superintendent, Mike Karen, and he was explaining to me that, the life the USGA says of a bunker is supposed to be 15 years, and ours are 23 years old. And even though he's great and he's kept them in great shape, we knew we needed to, start redoing our bunkers and start planning to do that. That's how it all started, with new renovations, with the new plans, and then incorporating what the architect had to say for improvements, as things change, as far as trees growing and bunkers settling in. We needed to come in and have a new set of plans, and he came back and gave some new advice to make the club even that much better, to make the golf course that better. So he's enhanced our golf course to make it a better golf course, more playable for the higher handicappers, but yet really tournament grade. And we've had some great tournaments here at Meadowbrook Country Club, so he's on the right track here.
That's great. That's great. It's getting exciting. Okay, so can you talk to me a little bit about the different aspects and areas of the golf course? So you mentioned the bunkers. Can you kind of touch on that? And I really liked what you said about making it, give you more options for the experienced players, but also making it a little bit more enjoyable for.
Sure.
So kind of touch on that.
So a lot of the bunkers that we originally put in, there's some that are in the middle of the fairway. We're taking those out because they seem to catch the higher handicap golf ball, and we're not trying to make it more difficult for them. So we've put them in more strategic positions. There's a lot of bunkers around the greens that are two bunkers. We're going to incorporate a lot of that into one bunker. A lot of the bunkers in the fairways are faced in a direction to where the lip on the bunker is higher, and we don't want to do that. We want to make it to where it's playable out of a fairway bunker and be able to still, challenge the golfer, but give him a fair opportunity to hit the green. So I think the design work on making things better here makes it more playable and makes it more current to today's golf. So I think it's really the right play here.
That's great. That is fantastic. Is there a specific hole that you can touch on that you can't wait to go out and play, that with what we're changing there really, that I can't wait to play hole number 12. I can't wait to play hole number 7.
I think, that's a great question. I think there's some great golf holes that we have at Meadowbrook Country Club that will make better. The first one that comes to mind is hole number 7. The way it's set up now, we had a tree on the right-hand side, and that tree has grown up to where if you hit it in the bunker, which is in the fairway, you can't hit the green. So what we're doing is we're reshaping that hole, putting bunkers on the left side. And also, when you're on the tee, it's kind of nice to be able to see the landing area where you're trying to hit it. So they're going to build that up a little bit to make it more playable. They're going to build it up to where if you do hit a ball in the right side of the fairway, you can still see the green and hit the green. They're going to protect the left side by bunkers, and they're going to also protect the tee on hole number 8 by putting native grass in there. So the large hitters that are now trying to go for the green, they'll have to think twice before doing that because of the tall grass that they'll probably lose their golf ball. It protects the golfers on hole number 8.
That's fantastic. Great. What kind of impact do you think this is going to have on the membership, right? I feel like, here at Meadowbrook, we're more proud owners as opposed to valued shoppers. So how important is it that we try and continue to stay premier and relevant?
Well, I think, the fact of always trying to stay current and keep things always at top notch is very important for our club. And I feel that making the golf course playable for all players that are at Meadowbrook Country Club will be great. I think the fact that some of the holes have actually, not really been that fair. Hole number 11 at Meadowbrook Country Club, you can hit it on the right side of the fairway and the ball will roll all the way into the left rough. By building up the left side now and widening the right side of the fairway and cutting some of the trees down, it's going to be a much better golf hole. And, when you're hosting tournaments and you're doing stuff like that and you want to stay relevant with all the other clubs, you want to have the best product you possibly can for the membership. And I think that's what we're after.
That's great. That's great. What sets Meadowbrook? Not just talking about the golf course, just as a whole. You've been here 50 plus years.
Yeah.
You have a good pulse of the culture. Why should I join here as opposed to down the street at Forest Hills?
The membership here is like a family base. I mean, when we come out to Meadowbrook Country Club, we look forward to seeing who's in the grill. We look forward to going down to the 19th hole and seeing who's there. It's a fun atmosphere to where you can play with a lot of different players. I think it really, when you come out here, it's a good feeling. The staff treats everybody with due respect and tries to service the members to make them feel at home. So I think Meadowbrook Country Club is a tremendous value for what you get. You get a championship golf course. I would think it's one of the best in the area, okay? And being a low handicapper, I mean, I can look at other golf courses and I can tell you Meadowbrook Country Club stands up to anybody. I think our service has really gotten excellent, and I think we're in the family atmosphere where, we want to have kids out here. We've got, great intramurals and stuff like that. I think it's wonderful.
Wow, that's absolutely fantastic. Yes?
I don't know, this light's
No.
shining.
You're crushed.
Am I doing all right?
Crushed
Okay.
right now.
Okay.
Man, yeah. We may just have him talk the entire video. So you were once president here at the club.
Correct.
Talk a little bit about that. So I feel like you have the sort of ownership of where the club goes, right? And just because your presidency is over doesn't mean that you care less about the club. So how has that been for you as a member of having that status and the direction of the club under you?
I think I really enjoyed being the president. It was fun to watch our club grow. And, at that time we were spending a lot of money, so it was fun to spend a lot of money. But we really had a lot of good support with our board of directors, and the membership was 100% behind everything. And I think that's kind of where we are now. We want to stay relevant. It's been like 12 years since I've been the president, so it's time to make the next move and make some enhancements and improvements to our club, both on the golf course and internally. So I think we're on the right path here. And it was really neat to see the board kind of come together and do it just kind of like what they're doing now. I think Mark Lewin has done a great job as president, and I think the board of directors that are supporting him, long-range planning, et cetera, have done a wonderful job also. So I think we're ready to go to the next level.
Wow, that's great. Let's talk about, you've absolutely just crushed every question I've asked. Go a little freestyle of something that you want to talk. When you're watching, say you're a prospective member, or you're a member, and you're watching this, and you see yourself talking.
Yeah.
What is something that you want to convey? What kind of content is important to you?
Okay. So what's important to me and why I think Meadowbrook Country Club is the right club to join, first of all, we're in a great location. Second of all, we have a great family-type membership. I also think we've got a great product. And for the value, if you're looking at value and product and where we're located, if I were going to join a country club, I would want to join Meadowbrook Country Club. I'm going to get a great golf course. I'm going to get a great golf staff. I'm going to look at, the food and beverage department and see that they're constantly improving and bringing new things, always. We had the Lobster Fest. It was outstanding. We had a great support group, for that. That was wonderful. I see the tennis growing, Wynn's trying to bring pickleball in, which is a new and up-and-coming thing. I think it's a wonderful club, And I mean, if I had an opportunity to join anywhere, I would want to join here, especially with the enhancements that we're talking about doing, that we are doing, and the improvements. I think it's a top-notch club.
Great. Timeline of each 9. Can you just maybe condense in a 25 to 30 seconds of kind of the timeline of the course? So we're talking, you know, we're going to do the 9, and then you talk essentially hit on, you know, it's not going to be closed during.
Right.
In the summer when people are trying to play.
Right.
So kind of more of this is just more of actual facts about what's.
Right.
Yeah.
So the renovation is going to take place in 2020 in September. And what the course will be limited to 9 holes during that period of time. And 9 holes will be open, but the 9 holes at that time will be under construction. The following year, we're going to do the other 9 holes. So there's always going to be 9 holes open. And we're going to do it later in the season so it doesn't impact the major golf season itself.
That was absolutely fantastic. That's the exact content we're looking for right there. That is great. Let's talk about your favorite part about coming here.
Okay. So my favorite part about coming to Meadowbrook Country Club is knowing that I'm going to be playing on a championship golf course, knowing that I'm going to be challenged from the first tee, looking forward to playing with friends and different members, and then coming back afterwards, having lunch in the 19th hole, talking about our round, having a beer, and settling bets. I mean, I think it's just, it's the best. I think it's so much fun to do that.
That's great. Okay, so let's do a little bit of a sign off, right? So we've gotten through the majority of the video, and tell me, like, are you excited about? You know, we're excited about the direction it's going and where it's going. What will the capital enhancement project do to Meadowbrook? You know, we're excited about the future.
So I think the conclusion to what this project brings to Meadowbrook Country Club is future growth, keeping current with what's going on with all the other clubs, taking what we have and putting extra value into the membership and making the membership so proud of being able to come out here and enjoy being at Meadowbrook Country Club. When they walk into the grill and they see the new grill, it's an upbeat. When they see the golf course improvements and they see the way it sets and they hear all the reviews, it's an improvement. So that's what I'm looking forward to the most, is seeing this completed project, knowing how much time and effort we put into it to organize this and do our due diligence. So I think it's going to be incredible.
That was fantastic.
Great.
That's
Good.
That's the gist of it.
Good.
I mean, yeah, I couldn't have scripted that any better.
Thanks.
It's absolutely fantastic.
Okay.
Yeah. Again, any other thing that you wanted to talk on? We've got more than enough fantastic stuff. I really like some of the sentences. Maybe do condense. Maybe give me two or three sentences on like each of those subjects. So a shortened version of the impact it will have on membership, and a shortened version of the impact it will have on prospective members.
So if you're coming in as a prospective member to Meadowbrook Country Club, I think what you'd have to do is look at the golf course first, and you'd have to see the playability of the golf course and how good of a golf course it is. That's going to probably attract you immediately. You have to have something where the ladies come in and now they're looking at a refurbished, completely redone locker room. So they're going to come out and they're going to go, God, that looks amazing in there. It's unbelievable what they've done. So we've paid attention to both parties. So I think that's going to help membership right there in itself.
Great.
You know, the other thing is when they do come upstairs to dine, when you eat right now, I mean, you and I talking, you go into the grill room, it's kind of, not inviting. To make something inviting and make something that exciting to come to, it'd be, it's going to be great. And golf course wise, when you start looking at the things we're talking about doing, it's kind of like remodeling a house. You have a house and people look at it and they go, God, I'm really comfortable being in my house. Everything's fine. But boy, I got to tell you, when the architect comes in or the designer comes in and redesigns the house and you go forward with it and you get that fresh look, it's amazing the improvements that you've got. And that's kind of the way I feel about the whole place. That's what I'm excited about.
Fantastic. Yeah. think that's,
Okay. I'm just thinking golf course wise. So was there anything golf course wise we need to kind of go over or talk about? And I mean, I talked about hole number 7.
Yeah.
I mean, hole number 11's up, I think I talked about that a little bit, but there's, it's not like major construction that's going to go on. It's kind of like redecorating something. It's putting new carpet down, it's redoing the walls. You know what I mean? It's changing some light fixtures. That's all we're really enhancing to the golf course. It's not like we're making these major changes. So some people are scared that we're making these major changes. We're not making major changes.
right.
We're
So
just,
we have a fantastic 18-hole championship golf course that if we didn't touch it, we would still be one of the most premier and relevant
Correct.
courses in St. Louis.
correct.
Right.
That's exactly right. And that's what I'm trying to say. So this is just like we'll call it, we're redecorating. Literally, just lightly redecorating. And we're doing some cosmetic changes.
Yeah.
That's how I would kind of enhance the golf course or talk about the golf course that way. Yeah, so
Mr. Cuban, that
good.
was absolutely fantastic.
Great, Tommy.
Can you do the timeline one more time, just of, and maybe shorten that up a little bit? So we're gonna start renovating 1-9 at this time because, just kind of do that part again.
Okay. We're going to start the remodel or renovating the first 9 holes in September of 2020. And then we're going to start doing the other 9 holes in September 2021. 9 holes will always be open while the other 9 holes is being worked on. I think that's the timeline.
Yeah,
Is it?
yeah, 20, it's,
I just want to make sure of that.
let me double check. Like 90% sure it is, but let's be sure. Yeah, I mean, that's.
I think that's pretty much what it is. Okay. You know what else I would say, Tommy? I would come back and I would say, during the construction of our bunkers, we have all the heavy equipment in at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And because all the heavy equipment is in at that time redoing the bunkers, it makes the most sense to redo our reshaping then while our equipment's in place.
Yeah, so touch on that. So let's get like the brains behind it, right? So
Yeah.
we're not just bringing
Right.
the bulldozer out in hole 9 and we're
Right.
doing it. There was thought that went
Right.
into it.
Okay, yeah. Let me go back with this then for a second.
Okay.
Okay. When I came back, we formed a committee, and the committee got together to talk about having the architect come in and redo the bunkers. When he was redoing the bunkers, we knew we had X amount of dollars we can deal with that we were able to afford outside of the bunker job. So while the equipment was there, the heavy equipment was there to move the land that we needed to move, that's when we decided to do some more renovation to the golf course. Minor cosmetic work, incorporating 2 bunkers into 1 bunker, et cetera. So that's kind of what we ended up doing at that time. It makes sense to do it while all the heavy equipment's there.
Exactly. And so financially, the club is in a great place financially, so that the economy is good. That's why, we're doing this, right?
Correct. Financially, we're in good shape. It seemed to be the right time to do this. Our bunkers are already past due. So, by getting our bunkers done and having the equipment there at that time, it makes the most sense to get everything done at one point.
Yeah. Gotta maybe touch on, this isn't something that Jim came in and said, this is what we're doing, and it's going to be this, right? It sounded like it was a want from the membership, right?
This was a situation where we put a set of plans together and we went out and, gave our spiel to the members and explained to them what we were planning on doing. We had to get a lot of approval from the membership and get feedback from the membership that they were on top of this. This was very much thought out for a long period of time. And like I said, it was a set of plans that was something done 3 years ago. So yeah, it's taken quite some time to come up with actually the movement of going forward with it.
That's fantastic. Yeah, so we got September 2020 is golf course kind of phase 1, and then September 2021 is the golf course phase 2. So
Okay.
you were correct.
Yep.
With that timeline. Yeah, and when you say we, long range planning committee, golfing committee, what can you kind of touch on?
Yep.
Who the we is?
So we is a group that consisted of myself, Mike Karen, Craig Little, Jim Schaefer, Mark Lewin, Bob Beckman, and Ed Schultz for a period of time. And we all kind of got together and reviewed things and talked about things and walked with the architect and bounced ideas off each other and figured out how much each project was going to cost. Obviously, there were a lot of things the architect wanted to do. We had to figure out what we got the most for our bang, the least amount of money for our bang. That's what we were kind of looking for.
Great.
So,
No, that's perfect. You're good. That's great.
okay.
Yeah. All right. Give me a good sign off. This is you're watching the video, and Jim said, we're excited about how this is going to raise our status in the area. Craig's, I can't wait to see the members out on the golf course and experiencing these enhancements. What would you want to say? What are you most excited for?
Okay. So being a long-time member and being here for as many years as I have, I'm excited to see this new phase of the golf course. I think it takes it to a new championship level. I'm looking forward to seeing how this golf course holds up. I don't want to say that. Let me think about this.
Okay.
I'm excited for the future of Meadowbrook Country Club. I'm excited to see this project complete because I know we've put a lot of time and effort into it, and I think the membership's going to be very excited to see the finished product.
Fantastic. Great sign off.
Thank you.
I'll tell you what.
It's good.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Anything?
You're just all right.
All right.
You're awesome.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Hey.
It worked out
Thank
okay?
you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I
Next time
mean,
here, I'll buy you a couple drinks or let me